The American Red Cross supplies 40% of the nation's blood supply. That blood is sent wherever it is needed. Joining us right now is Rosie Taravello, you saw in Cindy's story, and she is the regional CEO for the American Red Cross of New Jersey. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us again.
Thank you very much.
I mean, we heard it in the family's voice and in your voice, so we have this short supply. We know that the pandemic is responsible for this. How do you wrap your hands around that? Because we're not only talking about people not having places to donate, but what about also just the decision making to try to find if there's anywhere to donate?
Yeah, this is one of the biggest challenges we're having right now, is that at the same time people want to donate, it's difficult for them sometimes to find a blood drive. Omicron and the Delta surge have affected even the wellness of our staff or the people who have stepped up to host drives. So we really are seeing a crisis within a crisis. Omicron has created a deficit of donors to begin with. There's about 10% less people overall that are donating blood. And then the ability to find a drive that's fully staffed has become a challenge. But we really are encouraging people to hang in there and try.
Well, so give us an idea in New Jersey when you're saying it's difficult to find a place. They're out there. How many places do you have? I know it's not all at one time, but, you know, we remember the old days where the Red Cross would come to your place of work. They'd come here to CBS, or they'd go to a library or a school. Is none of that stuff happening?
Well, fortunately, we do still have community members and Rotary clubs and fire departments and libraries that are willing to take aim at a community and say, hey, come on down. Because you're right, most employees of a large corporation or a small business, maybe that business used to hold regular blood drives, and it was so convenient for people to just go down on their lunch hour. But now we are asking people to go to our website, redcrossblood.org, type in your zip code, see if there's a blood drive happening near you. There could be a cancellation of the drive, but there might also be a cancellation of a donor, and then there's a slot that you could go in.
Let's talk about the need and watching Michael DiMaggio and his bravery, and so good to see him healthy. You know, these are individual people that can help individual people. Can you talk a little bit more about that as far as the personal decision a prospective donor would be making?
Yes, you know, it's you're really giving the gift of life. Blood cannot be manufactured. It has a short shelf life, so it's always in demand. And I remember the first time I gave blood, I just found out that I was saving actually up to 3 lives, because the blood can be used a number of ways. Platelets are used to prevent clotting. Plasma is used for burn victims. And of course, red blood cells are for folks fighting all kinds of cancer or trauma. People are out and about again, and they may be getting in car accidents. And like Michael, he was hit by a car and he needed all of that blood over several weeks. Every time you donate blood, you're helping to save a life.
And you think about the decisions that are happening in healthcare facilities, because the supply, if I understand this correctly, it's usually a 5-day supply that you're holding, and now in some parts of the country it's 1 or none. Is that true?
Yeah, this is the frightening part, frankly. We are used to having a 5-day supply of various blood types, especially O positive and O negative, which are much more useful if we don't know a patient's blood type. And this is what hospitals expect from us and hope to have from us. And so it's our job to deliver that. And so we do that by encouraging folks to roll up a sleeve. And so obviously, I thank you very much for helping us tell that story today.
Sure. What about, Rosie, if you've had COVID? I mean, we can continue on. If you've had the flu, not everybody can give blood, I guess is what I'm getting to.
Yeah, there's some precautions that everyone should take, and our website has a lot of information. Sometimes traveling over a certain period may prevent a donation, but having had COVID is perfectly safe. The antibodies don't affect the blood donation itself, and obviously we encourage people to not give blood unless they're feeling well and healthy. But there are many safety precautions in place at our blood drives. Everything is constantly wiped down. We're still distancing folks on the beds. So it's a safe process.
Just one more time, you want to give that website information as far as, you know, somebody's right now watching this and go, I want to help out.
Thank you. Please visit redcrossblood.org, or you can download our blood donor app, or you could call 1-800-RED-CROSS.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for putting the plea out, and we appreciate what you do. Rosie Taravella, Regional CEO from the American Red Cross in New Jersey. Thank you, Rosie.
Thank you.
All right. If you'd like more information about blood donations, go to our website, cbsnewyork.com.